Hi guys, Dirk here at Aussie Powersports. Today I'm going to run through a buyer's guide on the OZ Armour accessories winches for your ATV or UTV vehicle. At Aussie Powersports, we stock a full range of OZ Armour accessories winches for all different makes of ATV and UTV vehicles. So the OZ Armour accessories winch range is our own in-house brand that we've used our extensive experience over the years of selling accessories to develop a winch range for the harsh Australian conditions. The winches are made by Runva, who's one of the leading winch manufacturers in the world. The OZ Armour accessories winch range starts at a 2,000 pound metal cord winch, and it moves up into the narrow body 2,500 and 3,500 pound winches in both metal and synthetic cord, and finally onto wide body winches in 4,500 pound in both metal and synthetic cord. All the winches in the OZ Armour accessories range feature self-locking brake mechanisms, IP67 water rating, also Runva's patented cam clutch locking mechanism, and full steel internal reduction gears. So we've developed these to be super durable and reliable for the harsh Australian conditions. With so many different types of makes and models of vehicle and ATV and UTV on the market, you might ask yourself, what is the right winch for my vehicle? The first question you need to ask is, what is the maximum loaded weight of that vehicle? For a winch, you're going to need to upscale the capacity by 1.5 to 2 times above what that value is. So for a large ATV, you might be looking at around 500 to 600 kilograms. So you're going to need at least a 2,500 pound winch. Some of the large UTVs fully loaded can be above a ton and even up to 1,500 kilograms. So you're going to be needing at least a 4,500 pound winch or above. The second question you need to ask yourself is, what is the use of the vehicle primarily going to be? Are you just looking for a winch that's going to be for around the farm, getting you out of trouble in case you get bogged, and used for general farming activities? If so, you're probably going to look at 1.5 times the capacity is going to be plenty. If you're going to be remote areas, really challenging terrains, mud bogs, steep slopes, that sort of thing, hunting, recreation, you're going to probably want to look at a winch maybe even up to 2 times or more times the GVM of that vehicle. The reason for that is ATVs and UTVs are super capable vehicles. So if you get stuck in one, chances are you're going to be very, very deeply bogged, and you're going to need quite a powerful winch to pull you out. You can also use traditional methods like double line winch pulls to reduce the load on the winch, but a general rule of thumb with winches, bigger is usually better. So if you're in doubt, go for the larger style winch. So once you've got a reasonable idea of what capacity of winch you're going to need to suit your vehicle, the next question you're going to ask is, what type of winch do I need? Now, ATV and UTV winches can generally be broken down into sort of narrow body winches and wide body winches. So the OZ Armour 2,500 and 3,500 pound, they're on a narrow, what we call a narrow body winch platform, and the 4,500 pounds and larger on a wide body winch platform. The main differences is obviously the size, larger internals on the 4,500 pound, bigger drums and everything, so they're going to be a bigger, heavier duty winch. Also, usually I said bigger is better. However, in a lot of ATV and UTV vehicles, you're limited to the amount of space. So sometimes you can only mount a narrow body winch. You can see that the narrow body and the wide body winches both have different size mounting patterns. So if you have a vehicle that has a pre-built mount, it's always important to check the mounting patterns of the winch and also the space you have available to fit that winch. If you have any questions, the team at Aussie Powersports, we have an extensive fitting range. We can let you know the right type of winch for your vehicle. Another really good question is metal versus synthetic. Traditionally, winches used to be metal. Most people now, and we usually recommend going to a synthetic winch. The reason for that, a few advantages. ATV and UTVs, a weight saving is really good with the synthetic versus the metal. Also, if you're using it in harsh environments, salt, wet, you're not going to have any of the corrosion problems that might plague a metal winch. And it's just a little bit safer in winching with a synthetic versus metal. But you still should be using all your traditional safety methods like gloves and blankets to make sure you're winching in a safe methodology. As well as an extensive range of winches, Aussie Powersports also stocks all the accessories you're going to need to A, fit it to the vehicle, will be accessorize your winch. So the number one thing that you're going to need generally is a vehicle specific winch mount. We get so many phone calls a day about people who bought a winch from somewhere else and it doesn't fit and they don't know how to fit it to their vehicle. Most ATV and UTVs will not have an inbuilt vehicle mount for your winch. Some do have it on that come with standard bumpers, but for most vehicle models, you're going to need a big bracket like this that's going to bolt into the vehicle chassis and give you a really secure mounting point to mount your winch. Aussie Powersports team, they know which winches are going to fit which vehicle and which mount's going to be right for you. So just give the team a call, send us a message or an email, and they'll be able to point you in the right direction. The other really important pieces of equipment to have is a recovery kit. So ATV and UTVs are very limited on space, so Aussie Powersports stocks specific to ATV and UTV recovery kit. Comes with a tree trunk protector, small snatch block for your double line pulls, shackles, and also safety gloves. In addition to this, we also have rubber hook stoppers and all the spare parts that you're going to need for your winch. So whether it be a 2,500 pound winch for your Yamaha Grizzly or a 4,500 pound winch for your Polaris Ranger XP1000, Aussie Powersports is going to have the winch to suit your vehicle. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact the Aussie Powersports team or jump online www.aussiepowersports.com.au, like our Facebook, Instagram, and follow us on YouTube. Until next time, ride hard and stay safe.